All right. After several more hours of playing around with this thing, I figured out what was wrong causing the overheating. Doesn't do it anymore. I'd turn it on and show you that, but I removed the tank in the course of doing that. So, can't really show you that. But anyway, the problem was the thermostat was not opening really as far as it should have been. It was only opening, let's see if I have enough hands to do this at once. Maybe if I... Okay, so it needs to open about, let's see if I can do this. About that far. And it was only opening about that much. Like, barely at all. And yeah, obviously that would be the main source of not having any flow in the radiator and all that nonsense of why it was overheating. Didn't figure that out until after I removed the radiator, flushed it, cleaned it all up. Kind of painted the outside. I'm really disappointed actually. I had read that they were brass, and they are, but the sides have these steel plates on them for the mounting. I was actually really excited when I found out they're brass because of the polished whole thing and have like polished brass radiator. I thought that was going to be really cool on the front of the bike, but no, that's going to not really work out to be feasible. Yeah. Really happy when I took this out and ran it without it just to see if we were having any flow. I was really happy to see that the water pump was working and we had good flow in the radiator. Once I had cleaned the radiator out and mounted it, I took the thermostat out and just ran it to see if we had any change. And really happy to see that we had good flow from the water pump and through the radiator. And then I ran down to AutoZone and picked up a new one of these, because this is actually a part that it shares with the 1980 Honda Civic, oddly enough. I've heard there are other things, like I heard the spark plugs are the same, but I haven't actually checked that. And like some of the wire connectors and stuff are the same. But really convenient, because the Honda motorcycle specific ones of these are like $60, and I paid like $8.99 for the Honda Civic one. Anyway, stop the overheating. It was great. So next we're going to tackle the cylinder not firing. I'm 100% sure it's this, because when I was warming it up and playing with it, getting it up to temperature and see if it overheated and all that, I was playing with this cylinder, and I'll put that down before I drop and break something. And so remember it wasn't idling very well. Well, I don't know. I just started playing with it, and I plucked this here doohickey out. I don't actually know what this is called, but anyway, it's the wiring for the spark plug, and it basically did nothing. It ran exactly as bad as it did with it in. So obviously not getting spark. Don't know if it's the wires or if it's the plug, or I don't know. I'll diagnose that. I'm going to take the plug out one of these days. I don't actually have the right socket to take it out right now. But I ordered it, and it'll be here probably the weekend. Get it out and see if, I don't know, we'll see if the plug's bad, if it needs any love. I don't know. Maybe I'll disconnect this bit and switch it over to this side and see if that one runs now and this one's not working, and then I know it's the connector thingy. I wish I knew what this was called, but I bet I could get this assembly, just swap it from here over to the other side, because I mean it's right there. Wouldn't be hard at all. But, Oh, actually, I never even thought to check that. Let's see. That looks clean and new. I guess I probably should check this earlier, actually. And this one looks dirty. You can't see in there very well. No, you can't see in there at all. Alright. Actually looks kind of new, it's just dirty. So I'm thinking this thing isn't making a very good connection. As anyway, one of the things I was able to figure out. See, it shouldn't go in that far. Yeah, it's got this. I don't know. I'm gonna remove the plug and figure it out. Anyway, while it was idling and I was kind of half revving it, if I took the connector bit and like pulled it out and kind of half set it on there and just like jiggled it around and held it at an odd angle, suddenly this one would start firing again, but it wouldn't stay connected. So I'm kind of thinking it's this piece, or maybe, I don't know, the back of the plug looks really corroded. Maybe I'll just clean that part and have a better connection. But I don't know, this doesn't look bad. Can't really see on there very well. But I'm going to assume the carbs still need done. But I know it's getting fuel, because I mean, even without combustion, it's still pumping out the gas, the mix, and you can tell that. You can tell that by just putting your hand over it, because even if it's running, if you only got one cylinder, it's still, the piston's still going up and down, and it's still getting mix in there, and the mix is getting pushed out in the exhaust instead of exhaust gas. So that comes out the pipe, and you know, you just hold your hand there like you're checking for good combustion or whatever, and hand reeks gasoline. So I know it's getting fuel, but I don't think it's getting the right fuel, the right amount of fuel, a good mix. But we'll see. I just want to get firing first. If it wasn't fire, like, I don't know. If I couldn't get it to, if it hadn't ran differently when I was playing with this, then I would assume it's the carb and something screwed up in this side of it. But I don't know, because when it was getting a good connection, it was firing well and it revved for the half a second that I had a good connection with that plug and it would get spark in the cylinder, revved great. And it was just, it's like a whole different monster for half a second. It suddenly revved real well. That's frustrating. I still need to get a new battery. But hopefully that means the carbs are actually okay, and it's just real stumbly because it's pulling a cylinder, you know, running half a motor. But we'll see. We'll see. I still got to fix the speedometer. But the more I look at it, I mean, the cable's just like, I don't even know. It's just right there, and it just goes to the front wheel. So that should be pretty easy. I don't know. I got it all shined up. Got the black parts painted black and the shiny parts polished shiny. For the most part. I don't know. I need to get some chrome silver paint or something. I have some of this going on. Can't really deal with that. But I don't know. It's looking good. Looking good. I don't know. Frame's all nicked up, but it's covered anyway. Probably paint this. Oh! And the reason the tank is all wobbly is these are the parts the tank mounts to. You know, and they're little bevels in the front tank, and they just mount to these rubber mounting thingies, and then it bolts to the back. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that at some point, the last owner lost one of these. So you know what they did? Is they took the one they had left, and they cut it in half and put half on each side. Which is kind of really frustrating, because this is clearly a piece that's been cut in half. And you stick both bits on one side. They're like just exactly the right size. It's kind of frustrating. So I don't know. Maybe I'll... See, I found the factory parts, but they're like $8 a piece. And I'm pretty sure I could just get some solid rubber tube or something that's this size and drill a hole in it. It's really only, I don't even know, 3/4 inch. Not even quite. I'll play with that. But that's it for now.